And we are back for episode 6 of the review of...
The Night of.
Welcome back. I hope you guys liked our Express
episode. That is the best thing in the world. We only posted it like 10 minutes ago and we already got 2 views. I don't know how that works. It was 15 minutes long.
Needless to say, we love you.
We love you. We're going to keep going on this Express-isode train.
Yes.
Banging it out.
Shout out to another longtime listener. We got Lucy Everlake. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate
late.
How do you spell? I don't know how to pronounce it, but
thanks.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Send us some feedback. Send us some email. We already wasted a minute with the shout-outs. Now we got 14 minutes to get it done.
We gotta dive into it.
Samson and Delilah, episode 6. You didn't like the last episode. How do you like this one?
I like this episode a little bit better than last episode.
Are you? You're falling off on it. I feel like.
I like the show, but I guess I don't know. Maybe they're saving it.
You know, like how in like Game of Thrones, like episode 8 is always like out of 10. 8 is always like kind of the weakest one.
In fact, 9.
Yeah, I know, but 8 is because then 9 is like the crazy shit, and then 10 is wrap up. So you know, it could be that. I still loved it. I fucking love this show so much. Like
2 episodes left.
2 episodes left. This one is just like bang, bang, bang. You're like, it's like not a lot of. It just like keeps switching scenes because it has so much stuff.
It does kind of move the story along. Cause
absolutely, Nas is just getting straight gangster.
He is. Shaved head Nas.
Shaved head, gets his tatted fingers. Sin, which is the worst thing to ever get a tattoo on your fingers before your trial, your murder trial. Just get sin on there.
Hide that. Put it on your chest or somewhere.
And also we get introduced to a character I couldn't wait for them to get back to, is the hearse driver that they ran into.
Oh, right. In episode
1. Like, you knew that interaction was going to come back. And, I was not disappointed. Like, the hearse driver, like, dropped some, like, creepy, crazy knowledge. Like, he really,
he had a creepy religious vibe to him.
And also, like, anti-woman vibe.
Yeah, a little bit. Chandra goes, sees the footage, tracks him down, sees it's the hearse driver.
I really like how Chandra is like, she's on the case, and Stone throughout this whole episode is just really focused on his eczema.
His feet, yeah.
He's not even, like, he doesn't even care about the trial anymore. He's just trying to get himself good.
He's following his own leads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to find the cure.
At first, I thought he was just, like, because he also gets, like, the dick powder as well. Like, he wants that sweet combination of aphrodisiac and steroid, which I guess, like, is not it's a tough combination to find.
You gotta search. But it's New York, so...
It's New York.
You go looking for it. I mean, I'm sure it'll find you.
I thought this episode was hilarious.
Yeah,
again.
There was a...
like the jury duty, you see like the jury duty process, which is like, you've never seen this in any other kind of show. About, the jury duty is always like, it's not as boring as they show in this. Like, you don't really see it. And like in other shows, it's like, there's a judge there and like the, the trials.
The instead of taking it serious.
Yeah, instead of like a classroom movie. Like where someone just wheels in
a giant TV.
A TV on a cart and everyone's sleeping. Like it was amazing.
Just a judge being like, thank you for...
Do you think that judge was an actor or an actual judge? I bet you it was an actor.
Actual video. But I've actually done training videos too. So
so I bet you that was an actor that was playing the judge.
It might have been. Or they go to the real...
Anyway, so we also find out that Nas is a bully.
Yes.
He's
We're doing some more background search. Detectives Jon Snow and Chandra on the case, and they're at his old high school, right?
Yeah. Find out that he got kicked out for bullying, which we think he was the one that got bullied.
Yeah. At first, I was taking notes, and I guess I incorrectly understood that scene. I was like, "Oh, Nas was bullied," because they're actually looking at his Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And just to see if is he creepy? Is he posting pictures of like knives or bodies?
And then they have a bunch of people saying like, "Yo, I owe you.
Yeah,
I owe you."
Good guy, Nas, basically.
Yeah.
I didn't see how many Facebook friends he had.
I assume less than us.
I'm at 2,000.
I'm at like 1,400.
Okay, you can get there.
Yeah, you're a lot more popular than me, though. That's why I'm piggybacking on you. Thank you.
You guys add us on Facebook too.
Morgan and Faisal butt. And also, we got to mention, Nas's dad plays like a small part in this, and it was his best acting performance.
Yeah, Nas's parents are falling on hard times. They don't have the cab, so they don't have a stream of money. The mother tries to get a job as a waitress. She's also getting recognized, like, hey, aren't you
you're that murderer
killer's mother? And
she's like, does it get me the job?
You know, super humble.
And Nas plays he's delivering food to Chandra. Actually,
yeah.
It took me like a few seconds before I recognized him, because I was just looking at the reflector thing.
Yeah, safety first. I guess he's doing it on his bike.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Do what you have to do. You're living in New York. And
we also get the ancient Chinese remedy.
Oh, God.
His eczema's cured. Which, I'm sorry, I'm sad to see the character of eczema leave the story. I can't believe they killed that character off. But I'm so glad that Jon Snow...
Yeah, he shows
Lord of the North, Jon Snow, he
shows up in Chinatown, gets an address, and go see, I guess, a Chinese doctor or a holy man.
Yeah. And it's the first time, like, once it's cured, he wakes up, does the drugs, does shots of it, and
we're told it's
and he's
powder
cured.
Mixed with water, it's gross, so, we're all waiting.
It's the first time you've kind of seen him happy in the whole season.
But as the viewer, we can...
I loved it.
A sigh of relief too. We're like, oh, okay.
Him putting on shoes and just being so stoked about being able to wear shoes, like
that's
that
right,
was
because the trial, Nas's trial is about to commence, and in prepping for that, Jon Snow, he's got his feet cleared, he's got his mojo back. Chandra's like preparing her opening statements,
and he's just worried about his feet. He's just like, "Yo, girl, look at this." But then they have that one scene where you're like, "Oh man, he's finally." Like, he's not going to be the butt of any jokes anymore. And then you see him, after Chandra, like, kind of, like, stiff arms him, Heisman's him, conversational-wise. You see him, like, looking up something on his computer, like, on the floor of the trial house with his, like, his cord plugged in. Like, you're like, oh, that's the Jon Snow, Lord of the North. I fucking King of the North.
Yeah, when you talk about this funny episode, this episode being funny, it's just little scenes like that. Moving back, Chandra goes to see the hearse driver at the funeral home, and she's basically in the garage next to the hearse, and she's like saying, "Is there somewhere where we can talk?" And then the scene cuts, and they're surrounded by cadavers,
and he's painting their nails.
Yeah, he's applying nail polish to one, and that again, just subtle humor that HBO does really well.
Does great. I was always I like the
again with the racist. The way the show has portrays racism. We find out why Nas was a bully, because it was shortly after 9/11, and I guess he was being bullied, or someone else was calling him terrorist and whatnot. And Nas snaps and just sort of pushes him down the stairs.
Which kind of makes sense, like how you always wondered how he was like so good at, like he seemed so seamless at starting boxing with Freddie.
Yeah,
and you're like, how is he that good? So like he kind of always wondered that. So
Freddie also recognizes like, oh, there's some rage behind those eyes.
Yeah,
we have more scenes where Nas is chilling with Freddie. He's getting a tattoo.
Yeah,
right?
He's getting a tattoo. Freddie's starting to smoke freebase. Heroin. He's trying to smoke that shit.
Nas is like, no.
I think I kind of figured out what their motivations are, like Freddy and stuff, like for like shaving his head and giving him the tattoos, and then towards the end of the episode he starts smoking freebase as well. Do you think that they're just like they're trying to get him high and make him look all gangster so he'll stay there and keep like running shit for him? You know how he's like doing that conversation, like, like, what were you out there? In here you can get whatever you want.
Yeah.
So he's like almost trying to set him up to be like a badass. So he'll like get sentenced, and he can Freddy can still use him.
It's true. Well, there's a line in prison. They say, "Do your own time, don't do someone else's time." Meaning, in prison, if you're a new inmate,
just keep your head down.
I might try to get you to commit crimes. So if you get busted, now we just added more time existing time that you're doing. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe he's just trying to recruit Nas,
just like as a soldier, because we already found out. We find out in this episode that he's doing life. That's how he got to Rikers. Was that he got his crew to put another dead body on him, so he could be closer to his girl or whatever.
Yeah. Where the difference was a 20-minute ride to a 7-hour bus ride. So, family man.
Absolutely. And Freddy gives him the shirt, which was another funny scene in this one. Freddy offers him the shirt to Nas for his trial.
Good, right?
You gotta look good. You can't be like looking wacky. You need the white shirt,
black tie.
Simple.
It's crisp.
He says no because his mom's bringing him the shirt. Everyone knows what that's like, where your parents like dress you. You usually look like a loser. He just shows up in basically like prison gear, prison gear suit, navy blue.
Yeah, with a gaudy tie too.
And Jon Snow.
Jon Snow
comes up again.
Lawyer man Jon Snow. It's the first day of Nas's trial, where the DA, they give their statement and Chandra gives hers. But there's a great scene where Jon Snow is like, "What are you wearing?" And they immediately switch shirts because he knows the deal. Chandra gives like a very brief, curt opening statement. Kind of gets the ball rolling.
Yeah, it was weird. Like Helen's opening statement, like the prosecutor. She seemed like so confident and stuff. Like when they're like prepping for the trial, and then her opening statement was kind of like meh. It was like a little shaky. Like I thought she was going to be.
She didn't seem vicious.
Yeah, I thought she was going to be like a different kind of.
Yeah, she came off meek. Maybe that's her strategy. Maybe that's just her. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Yeah, not her alive life, right, her dead life or something. Yeah, that was good. Boy, these notes really helped.
These notes are super helpful, and we got like 3 minutes to wrap this up, man. We're fucking killing this.
Expressisodes, the review of.
Yeah, and then we find out that there's keeps getting more suspects. Like we find out at the end of the episode that the stepdad.
He goes see a financial advisor. He goes over his phone. He realizes the place that this girl. I mean, which was a question I sort of had, was like this 22-year-old drug addict. How does she live in this house in a very affluent neighborhood? Which Jon Snow also, Joss Stone. Goes back, digs up some information, realizes that the house was in her mother's name. And the financial advisor's telling her, like, oh, well, she was married to Mickey from Boardwalk Empire.
Exactly. All of our characters' names are just their previous HBO.
Yeah, what we know them.
Mickey Doyle. And
Bodhi,
so he's apparently a coffin chaser, pretty much.
Yeah,
which is what Jon Snow was accused of at the beginning. Basically, he sleeps with old ladies.
Yeah, gains their trust, their affection, gets them to fall in love.
I'm assuming in the next couple of episodes that we're gonna hear it's like, oh, so you sleep with ladies. Old ladies.
I don't know, I don't even recognize him. It's really trippy.
Yeah.
He's really lost himself in this role. So we have another suspect. So we kind of... At this point, it could be the hearse driver.
Could be the hearse driver. Could
be the...
Bodhi's friend. It could be Nas. Higher probability that it's Nas these last 2 episodes.
It could be Nas's brother.
I think also Nas's brother. They showed one scene where he's just spray painting everything down.
He's in high school.
And you can check the records. I think in episode 1 of this podcast, I called brother. Maybe the brother's a bigger... Did. I hope it's the brother, so our listeners, our loyal listeners, can be like, oh, Morgan called that.
Morgan did, from the start. Took a shot in the dark. Stab at it.
So, he's just such a weird, small character, but he's
that they're not focusing on.
I know, but he's also, that was a huge scene where he's just spray painting, and then they just don't mention it. You never know.
Yeah.
I don't know, you seem to have fallen off the last couple episodes, but I think the last couple episodes have been great.
I think
amazing.
so. I actually liked this episode a lot more than last
This
one.
was the funniest episode. Probably my favorite episode.
So far? Okay.
But I like every episode. Yeah.
I like them in their own way.
Well, that was another Express-isode.
Oh, Express-isode, guys.
We're killing it. We appreciate you guys listening. Follow us on Twitter. Send us email. What is it?
The review of podcast at gmail.com.
I'm Morgan Standup on Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff.
I'm Faisalbot. I am Faisalbot at gmail.com. And good to see you.
Perfect.